But
Like,
I feel like if the fans were in the crowd, they would have already turned on Drew McIntyre by now.
well, I also think they would have tried to turn Roman. Well, they not that they wouldn't have tried. They would have turned Roman face also. That's the one good thing.
They would have cheered Roman for beating up
Yeah,
Jey Uso.
that's the one good thing about that
No fans.
no fans. Yeah, because now they can kind of direct the narrative. They can't do that all the time. When can they really sit down and have control over it without the fans trying to hijack it or some shit? I mean, dude, we've been to shows. We've
Yeah,
chanted CM Punk. We've done stupid shit like that. I mean, everyone's done it. So this is kind of like a blessing in disguise for them. Like, hey, listen, we got the advantage. We don't have to, we don't have to deal with that right now.
and
So
I do
I think,
think the whole Thunderdome thing makes it a lot more presentable than them just being in the performance center with those glass barriers and the performance center people like pounding on the glass or the whatever it is,
for
the
sure,
barrier.
yeah.
Like it's
A
just
hun-
it looks like a cheap production. It looks like I'm watching like less than an indie show, you
Let me
know?
ask you this though: what's gonna happen after the Thunderdome? Because apparently they're not looking to renew it.
When is it supposed to end? The Thunderdome, do you know?
Soon, at least from what reports are saying. Listen, they could be false.
I think they're gonna they're because no fans are gonna be there. What else are they gonna do at the Amway Center? So they're gonna let WWE stay if they want to renew it, and I think it's doing good for them as far as like the presentation of Raw and SmackDown. I would honestly go as far as to say that NXT should do the Thunderdome too, but I know the whole thing with the Full Sail, they don't want
Yeah,
to do
they
that.
want to.
But it would make NXT better because I really don't like that whole setup. Like I said, with they have the masks and they're pounding on the thing, and it's just I don't like it. But
Well, no, I think
I
I
like the
think it gives
Thunderdome.
it. I think it gives it its own identity. I do appreciate the Thunderdome as well. I didn't know if I'd like it as much as I did. I mean, as
Yeah,
much
at
as I
first
do.
the whole like the fake crowds and they were ripped from 2K. Like if you listen closely, it was exactly ripped from 2K. They were chanting
Yep.
Cena. The
Yep.
fake crowd was chanting Cena, exactly how they do on the 2K games. And it was I think they have made it better, as they went along. It still is a little cheesy sometimes, but it's a lot better than the way it was like before. I think definitely.
Well, so yeah, because when they did that, the match with Edge and Orton, that shit was fucking like corny as shit. Like I loved the match, but the chants and shit, I was like, this is not.
Oh, the greatest wrestling match ever.
It
And
was a good
they
match.
gave each other like what rock bottoms and all these other fucking moves, and I don't even know. It was like it's pretty much like a spot fest. Like, oh, who's a better wrestler?
It wasn't a bad match, dude. Like people were shitting on it. I get it. They shouldn't have built it the greatest match of all time. But anyways, I mean, this whole everything, all the booking has been fucking shit. Not only on WWE, it's been shit on AEW. This is the first time in my life I've really like have lost interest in. I mean, I'm gonna always watch it because I love it, but this is the first time in my life I've lost interest in wrestling and didn't have the feeling like, oh my god, I have to sit down and watch. You know what I mean? And that's a little depressing, but it is what it is.
So this is tough to predict, but when do you think? I mean, this is beyond wrestling, but when do you think fans can start coming back?
A lot sooner than everyone else is giving it. I think. I think. What's it called? What AEW is doing, and what all these other different people are doing. I think that they're gonna be back soon.
Now here's the
I do.
tricky thing with WrestleMania. They have that agreement with the stadium in California, and of course, like I think California is probably not going to allow it. Um, Even socially distanced. I mean, maybe they will, but even like all the big sports, NBA doesn't have fans. Like they still don't really have fans. I think they have like a virtual thing, but like all the big sports, they have zero fans. So I don't know how wrestling's going to be special, and they're definitely not going to do WrestleMania with socially distant fans. It's going to seem less big. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I actually I don't agree with that. I think they're gonna do something very similar to what AEW is doing, where you have the people very far away. They have their own little pods and shit. And dude, WWE is not gonna give up on the opportunity. If they can get 14,000 people in a 70,000 seat arena, they're gonna fucking do it. There's no way they won't.
They're not going to get 40,000 people in a
No, I said
in
14,000.
still, Vince doesn't like mentioning COVID on TV or even talking, like, pretending that it even exists, even though they have the virtual fans. People wearing masks and staying apart, I don't think Vince would like that.
I mean, what else are they going to do? They're going to do another...
A Thunderdome WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, they could do it.
Or whatever, wherever they are. I don't care. Like, I think that's probably what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to have fans. I don't think they're going to have fans through summer of 2021, I think, is the earliest that we're going to see fans.
That's crazy. This whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to predict the unpredictable, but I thought it'd be interesting to just try to figure out what's going to happen, but no one knows.
I don't think so, though. I don't think it'll be at the Thunderdome. I could be wrong. I think they're going to find a way to get fans there. Also, listen, March or April's far away. The world's not changing in March or April, but I'm sure there's some sort of rules that they'll try to finagle or break to kind of get what they want,
Yeah, well, March, when this whole thing started, was a long time ago, and we haven't really
no progress
gotten too far.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, another 6 months, it's plausible. It's very plausible that this is going to still be going on.
Yeah.
Because these big plagues and viruses, like, it happens once every 100 years. These things last at least for a year.
Oh, dude,
historically. And we haven't really gotten too far in terms of science and technology. If we still have to wear masks, we still have to do the shit they did 100 years ago. It's not different.
We haven't gotten far at all.
We really haven't. And it's, I don't know. But this is beyond wrestling. We're not going to go into a whole thing on that.